The top 5 things that you need to know if you are in an auto accident. This is Katrina Madewell with Tampa Home Talk. I'm here in the studio with Mike Hills and Tiffany Firlik. And Mike, we were chatting about some of those things that are important that you need to know if you're just in an auto accident. It doesn't happen to us every day. So what are the things people should be thinking about right away so that it doesn't hinder them later and they don't, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that or I made a mistake?
We get the amount of auto accidents that are coming through are like unbelievable. Just think about you're driving home at the end of the day. How many accidents do you drive past?
Right.
So, and we get tons of people that are actually calling us and they've never had an accident before. So people always say, I've never had an accident. Don't get cocky in your brain that it can't happen. Like you, your wife, kids, new drivers that are out on their own. Everybody in your family, your core group really needs to know what to do when an accident does happen. Your fault, somebody else's fault, whatever. See other people texting and swerving, They swerve into your lane. And so if you're texting and they're texting, we're talking head on collisions and stuff. So, but I mean, obviously the first thing you got to do when there's an auto accident, or something that you're involved, you got to pull over to the side. You got to get out of the way of traffic. You see people in the middle of the intersections and the car's totally movable, but they want to stay there thinking they're going to preserve the crime scene to show to the police.
You might make it worse.
You will make it worse. And you can't be getting out of your car on, on Veterans Expressway or 54 or to 75. So think about this as for your kids. So think about your 18-year-old daughter type of thing that has this happen. So
the car can be replaced. You can't.
First thing you got to do is get yourself safe. Mode. Pull over to the side of the road. If the car could move, it's making all kinds of racket. Use the last breath of the vehicle to get it move. Right. And then probably one of the biggest things is, you exchange information, but you got to be careful about what you say and you got to be careful about what you do. Like people say sometimes, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Right. And you should never say, even if you're clearly at fault and it's hard, because if you're a good-hearted person, that can break your heart thinking that. But if you're, a scumbag, you're used to lying and cheating, but you shouldn't say anything about whose fault, because that turns into illegal.
Guilt.
That's an admission of guilt, saying I'm sorry. So, and that could plant the seed into that other person. That means I'm going to call Morgan & Morgan, because all we see on TV nowadays is drug commercials and attorney commercials, so no admission. Then you got to document. You got to take pictures of the road, take pictures of the skid marks, take pictures of the damage, take pictures of the police officer's badge, take pictures of the insurance card, right? And your objective is of that is what's going to happen is you'll probably, if it's a bad accident, if there's anybody injured, you're going to be doing a recorded statement. It's almost like a deposition where the insurance company will call you and say, "Hey, Mr. Hills, can we talk to you and ask some questions? We're going to we're going to record it. Is that okay with you?" So, and the words that come out of your mouth right then, because they're going to take your words and your words and your words from 3 different vehicles and 3 different drivers, and they're going to see who's telling the better story is really what it comes down to. So your daughter needs to go write that down right after the accident. Once she's safe, once everything's good, okay, now here's what I want you to do, baby. Just write down everything in your phone, in your notes. Right?
And a lot of times people can be frazzled, right? Especially if they've never been in an accident. It's the adrenaline is going. They're probably shaking.
Yep.
And those lines can get blurry in their mind unintentionally. It might not even be intentionally. They're trying to lie or do anything wrong.
Or it could be, say nobody got injured, right? See, like if an airbag goes off, right? If an airbag goes off or a vehicle can't be operated, right? Those are pretty much signs of so the car could look fine, but the airbag went off, right? So that means it's a serious enough accident. I mean, that's bodily injury, right? And that's where big lawsuits come from, is the bodily injury. So that if the airbag goes off, you should be going to the hospital and be getting checked, But having those notes in the phone, and then so she takes those notes, shares it with you. You got all the photos, right? Because they're going to call in a week or 2 days or 10 days or whatever, and then they're going to make a call back again in 3 months and ask the same question. So once again, like if we had 3 different statements from the 3 of us as the 3 drivers in the vehicle, get one today, one in 3 months, and one in front of a jury, for example, if it did go civil, who's going to have the better act together?
Well, they're probably looking for consistency in your story too.
They're looking for consistencies is what they're looking for. So unfortunately, that's just, now we're sitting here doing this and it's pouring rain outside. I guarantee there's 3 accidents right outside,
right?
Right outside on Dale Mabry. right here. It's becoming more and more frequent as auto claims.
Well, we're
scary.
super populated. The more people on the road, people that aren't from here, not familiar with the roads and the traffic patterns, all those things.
Well,
It'll
you
play a
also
part.
twist,
Which is $10,000. And
So.
in other states, you got to take your vehicle in for an inspection, right? So they bring it in for a safety inspection. And you're taking it in to look at the tire tread. You're looking at the windshield wipers. You're looking at
another state.
I mean, in Florida, we have, literally shit boxes driving down the road with bumpers held on with, duct tape. So there's more. So everything's kind of working against us, down here. You got more debris in the road and, chipped windshields, like your front windshield. As long as you have comp on your insurance policy, you get a free windshield. No deductible is what I'm saying with that. But people think that, because it's statutory, if you file 3 windshield claims in the next year, I guarantee your premium's going to go up.
Probably more than that windshield.
Even though it's statutory. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Because it's
so
statutory.
one windshield claim.
Not a big deal.
You're not going to hike.
Well,
Ferrari windshields.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are Tesla windshields expensive?
Oh, yeah.
I drive around with chipped windshields. So I don't want to file a claim.
Yeah, it's but that can be dangerous too, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have this chipped or cracked windshield.
Yeah, because all of a sudden you're driving down the road when you really need it, and it just spiders all over the place, and you can't see anything, and so.
So to wrap up this segment with the tips that someone should take away. So number 1, stay calm, document what happened quickly, like everything from your surroundings,
photos,
what you
detail,
see,
all down.
Take pictures,
take photos, get out of the way. So that you or someone else is not getting hurt.
Yep. Seek medical help if needed. Like some people, like, tough guys, well, like me, I'd be like, I'm not going to the hospital, airbag. I feel like I just got punched in the chest. It's okay. Because what happens in auto injuries, like the airbag, jogs your head, jogs your, and it's really what they're in seatbelts, the kids in the back seatbelts jerked them. And really what it is, it's internal bleeding. So, somebody goes home after an accident. I just got a headache, or I just feel it could be, internal bleeding in the head or internal bleeding in your liver.
So go get checked out.
Whatever. And all of a sudden somebody's, call me 2 days later, and they piss blood and went to the ER and found out they had internal bleeding, which, so the severity, I mean, you got to get checked. The airbags go off.
That's a big deal.
And you got kids in the backseat. There's no airbags, but everybody goes to the docs.
Yeah. Be careful what you say. So less is more. Right? Less is more.
For sure.
Don't admit guilt by even saying I'm sorry. That's a big one.
Yep. Exactly.
And what other talking points would you leave the person listening if they're in an accident? Especially if it's their first one, right?
Don't panic.
That's a whole
that's probably, you need to take 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes, 3 deep breaths. And let's say it is you with little kids in the back seat, and you're the crazy mom that just loves your kids, Mama Bear, right? So Mama Bear needs to take 3 deep breaths, calm down, jumps out of the car, and she gets killed. This stuff happens. It happens so often. It doesn't even make it doesn't even make the news anymore.
Right.
This stuff, and that's what's kind of sad about it. But I mean, it literally is like, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, control your emotions, figure out what you got to do. So regain control, respond to the situation, and then react to the situation is what you got to do. And your reactions got to be thought out.
I'm Katrina Madewell. This is Tampa Home Talk, and this is 5 things you need to know if you get in an auto accident that you need to know right away, not later after the accident, with Triton Insurance Agency.